Hola, how's everyone doing today? I have been trying to tell my story for a minute now, but I got on live the other night to try to tell it for the first time going on live, and I got restricted because I was talking about, I guess, not PG-13 stuff. My life, but still. So, I thought I'd make a video. It's gonna have to be in several parts because it's probably gonna be long, but let's get to it. Anywho, so I guess it starts off with me having flashbacks, right? I had to have been around 4.5, 5 years old maybe, and I have flashbacks of me screaming for my mom. I was in a basement. I was screaming for my mom to come get me, find me, help me, because I was in the basement with a family member and being touched inappropriately. So that's, I guess, where my story starts off, because that's where I can start remembering stuff, is around that age. So yeah, I just have flashbacks. I get often of that scene, me in the basement, being abused and just yelling for my mom. And then fast forward, till I think I was around 14, 15 years old. And this family member was from a different state and stuff, so I didn't see him often, but when I did see him, I just remember getting abused. It was just touching and making me touch him inappropriately and stuff when I was younger, and then when I was 14, 15, and he was visiting, he had just got out of jail. He sexually assaulted me, and went all the way this time. And, so from there, I don't know, that happened. As soon as that happened, like the following day, I remember him taking off and going back to where he came from, a different state. And then I was just left there, young, so confused, not knowing what I was gonna do, or if I should tell my mom, or what. I didn't tell her, I didn't tell anyone. Actually, I think I told a couple friends, what happened, but that was the extent of it. Now, fast forward a few months, I just realized I hadn't got my period, and I am taking a pregnancy test now at 15 years old, terrified, scared to death, not knowing what I'm gonna do, like, if it comes back positive. It came back positive, so here I am, 15 years old, pregnant, not sure how far along, so scared, alone, very alone. This was a very lonely time for me. I didn't tell anyone, so I kept it to myself, and I tried to just put it at the back of my mind and just continue going to school and doing what I was supposed to do, and that's what I did. Obviously, as I'm getting further along, I'm getting bigger. I'm a tiny person as it is, so for the longest time, I would just wear a hoodie, and that was fine. That pretty much covered me up, It was good. It was fun. But as I got bigger, I guess I started carrying my binders and stuff. I would like place them on my belly, you know, and like carry them around. And so someone noticed I was pregnant at school and told the counselor or something. So I got called down to her office, and she said, you know, did you want to talk to me about anything? And I did. Like, I spilled my guts. I told her everything, because at this point I have not had any medical care. I don't know if the baby's okay. I don't know what's going on, but I'm like 6 or 7 months pregnant now, and I'm like freaking out at nighttime, like wondering what's gonna happen if I go into labor tonight. My mom has no idea I'm pregnant. Like, I couldn't even process what was going to happen, you know? I couldn't even fathom the idea. So I told the counselor everything, literally everything. She called my mom in to the school, to the office, and she told my mom for me because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So she told my mom. I was in the room while she told my mom. My mom immediately took me out of school, and we went straight to the police station, and then that process started, which was a very long process. I remember having to go to trial, our court and stuff, and then he ended up using the baby because he still had his parental rights somehow. No clue how you can have your parental rights after you sexually assault someone and impregnate them, but he used the baby for a plea bargain, and he only got 5 years. So that was really shitty. I was really upset about that, but they had to expedite him. They found him in Pennsylvania, and they expedited him back to Florida, and then he did his time here in Florida. But yeah, so I had the baby. I had to give the baby up for adoption. I didn't really have a choice in that matter. So, broke my heart. That was my first baby, my first little girl, and I had to, oh my gosh, I don't want to cry. I had to place her for adoption. I think I didn't get long with her. I only got a little bit of time with her, and originally I didn't even want to see her because I didn't want to get attached, because I knew saying goodbye was going to be really hard. They got me out of the hospital really fast. I think after I had the baby, I was out of the hospital within like 24 hours. They gave me a prescription and they sent me out, like, and from there, it's just been living hell. Like, I spent the rest of my years living in hell, trying to numb all my pain and trauma and everything that I went through at such a young age. I tried to take a bunch of pills and drugs and try to numb all the pain and just forget about it. And that's where my addiction started. So yeah, it was my choice to start taking the drugs to try to numb my pain, but at the end of my addiction, it was no longer a choice. I had to do the pills, or I was going to get withdrawals, and then I was going to be so sick. And if you've ever gone through withdrawals, you know how bad they are. And as soon as you do a pill or something, it goes right away. But yeah, that's part one of my story, guys.